long before Iron Man launched a cinematic universe. Hollywood's movie studios tried to bring pulp heroes back to life with big stars, detailed sets, and a mountain of marketing. Movies like The Rocketeer, The Phantom, and Dick Tracy all tried to blend 1930s art deco style adventure with glossy production design and family-friendly action, hoping to tap into nostalgia while offering a tone similar to Tim Burton's hugely successful Batman. All of these movies shared a common fate. None of them became the franchise-launching hits studios wanted. But in the summer of 1994, making pulp revival popular still seemed possible. So Universal Pictures bet it all on a fedora-wearing telepath from the 1930s. They wanted a new Batman. What they got was a beautiful punchline. This is Giant Freaking Robot, and this is why The Shadow failed.
It's not enough to make the nightmares go away.
Universal Pictures thought they had the perfect recipe, a famous superhero property with a long legacy, a charismatic A-lister, and a budget north of $40 million.
Could I ask my wife about this?
No!
Alec Baldwin, still riding high off The Hunt for Red October and fresh from tabloid-fueled stardom, was cast as Lamont Cranston, also known as The Shadow, a mysterious vigilante with the powers to cloud men's minds. The idea was simple. Batman had exploded in 1989, and Tim Burton's gothic noir aesthetic had audiences hungry for darker, brooding superheroes. The Shadow had been one of Batman's original inspirations, so why not reverse engineer that success? Universal pushed hard. They released The Shadow as a summer blockbuster in July 1994, gave it a big merch line including action figures,
armed with quick-draw 45s, the mysterious crime fighter faces the evil Shawam Khan,
comic books, video games, and even a pinball machine. The studio wanted to launch a franchise.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? I know. Alec Baldwin, The Shadow.
It didn't happen. Let's rewind. The Shadow was born on the radio in the 1930s, voiced by none other than Orson Welles. With his eerie laugh and hypnotic powers, he fought evil in a trench coat and scarf, long before Superman flew.
The Shadow knows.
The character made the leap to pulp novels, comics, and even a few low-budget serials, but he'd never had a full-on Hollywood treatment until 1994. Universal tapped Highlander director Russell McKay, known for stylized visuals and music video pacing. The script came from David Koepp. Yes, the same writer of Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible, and Spider-Man. As scripted by Koepp, Lamont Cranston is a former opium warlord turned superhero in 1930s New York.
You know what evil lurks in the hearts of men.
He uses his knowledge of evil to fuel his fight against it, and he has the ability to cloud men's minds. People see what he wants them to see. Things get dicey when another student, trained by the same master, shows up in New York, only this student got all the powers without any of the morality. Ooh, he got a mean face.
We're closed.
So the Shadow faces off against Shawam Khan, the last descendant of Genghis Khan, a would-be conqueror with a magic atomic bomb.
For the bourbon. We will meet again soon.
Yes, a magic atomic bomb that's at least twice as bad as a regular atomic bomb, I think. The production was lavish and gorgeous. Matte paintings, full city street sets, elaborate miniatures, and groundbreaking effects seamlessly incorporate both early CGI and physical models.
It's beautiful.
What is?
Jerry Goldsmith, one of the greatest film composers ever, did the score. And that score, which is undeniably brilliant, does tons of heavy lifting. Modern movies like The Batman probably owe The Shadow a debt. The movie's wonderful score layers heavily over everything, and at times it's the only thing driving the plot. And that's because the script outside of the movie's killer opening is kind of a dud. Even the movie's director, Russell Mulcahy, reportedly had concerns about it. He later confessed that the movie's primary element of Shiwan Khan's planning to drop an atomic bomb on 1930s New York rang false, even while he was filming. The Shadow kicks off with an eye-popping sequence in the past, follows that up with an atmospheric battle on a bridge, and then spends an hour following Lamont Cranston around as he has a series of meetings. He has dinner with his uncle.
Sorry I'm late, Uncle Wainwright, but there was a little, accident on the bridge.
Goes on a date with a girl. Meets the villain at his secret office, the Sanctum.
Hey, would you happen to have some American bourbon?
Has dinner with his uncle again.
Practice, Uncle Wainwright.
Meets the girl again. Has another meeting with the villain.
Nice time.
Thank you.
And he spends a lot of time in his extremely cool Art Deco taxi running between them. Also, it always seems to be night. It's almost like this entire movie is a mini-story told in the world of the cult classic 1998 film, Dark City. Think about it. It totally works. All through these meetings, the score is blasting, and it's incredible. And Alec Baldwin, in his best Alec Baldwin voice, is delivering lines so intentionally cartoony that they turn awesome.
When you hear one of my agents say, "The sun is shining," you will respond, "But the ice is slippery."
Every word out of his mouth is gold. The sillier, the better.
I dreamed I tore all the skin off my face and was somebody else underneath.
Tim Curry is there stealing scenes in peak Tim Curry form. Ian McKellen is in this movie, in a superhero movie long before X-Men and long before becoming Gandalf. Peter Boyle, Jonathan Winters, James Hong. Neelix! Who doesn't like Neelix? What a cast. The Shadow also happened during Penelope Ann Miller's 5 seconds of 90s mega fame, and while it's probably fair to call her one of the movie's weakest links, she does give us this.
My skin was hot and cool at the same time.
But great cast or not, ultimately for the entire middle of The Shadow, nothing's actually happening with any of them, except a lot of excellent atmosphere.
You are boring me!
And that's The Shadow's biggest problem.
Oh, that knife.
The Shadow only made $32 million worldwide on a $40 million budget. That's not just a bomb, that's a magic bomb. By 1994, the world had moved on from pulp heroes. Younger audiences didn't know who the Shadow was. Older audiences remembered him vaguely, but had no reason to show up. Batman worked in '89 because he was still relevant. The Shadow hadn't been culturally significant in over 40 years. The Lion King, Forrest Gump, True Lies, and Speed were all released in the weeks directly before and after the arrival of the Shadow. Alec Baldwin's attempt to become the next big superhero never had a chance.
First be my lucky.
And that's a shame because despite all the meetings, the Shadow is one of the most unique and ambitious artifacts of the 90s superhero era. Consider rewatching it as a double feature with Dark City. You can thank us in the comments. Like this video, do all that YouTube stuff to support the channel. You're what keeps us going.
I'll know.
Until next time, this is Giant Freakin' Robot.